So a record number of Americans favor the creation of a new political party. In fact, 50% of the voting public consider themselves independent. So just think about it. If there was two major brands of a consumer product and 2/3 of consumers wanted a third brand, you know there would be a third brand on the shelves in no time. So Nick Troiano wrote an article in The Hill that's titled, "Why America Doesn't Have the Third Party It Wants." And of course, the bottom line is money and power. So what Nick says is you need to replace partisan primaries with non-partisan primaries to allow all voters to participate, and replace plurality-winner with the majority-winner elections through ranked choice voting to eliminate the third-party spoiler effect. So the third-party spoiler effect has been part of American politics since I've been an adult, a voting adult. I think of Nader, I think of Ross Perot, and then most recently there was Howard Schultz and Mike Bloomberg, who, as soon as they announced even the potential for the candidacy, were rolled in on by both parties, and they came off as fat cats who were just trying to buy the election. And there's little that the American public hates more than that idea. So what is this idea that Nick Troiano is talking about? Well, there's a cool video that explains what Final Five voting is. Check it out.
Here's how it works. With top 5 primaries, all candidates are listed on the same primary ballot. The top 5 vote getters, regardless of their partisan affiliations, advance to the general election. The general election is where ranked choice voting comes into play. The 5 candidates who won the primary election are listed on a general election ballot. Voters can then rank each of those 5 candidates in order of preference. The candidate who achieves the majority of votes, over 50%, is the winner. Unlike our current system where candidates can win the election without having the majority of the votes, if no one gets a majority, the candidate with the fewest votes is eliminated. Voters who selected that candidate as their first choice now have their second choice counted. This process of elimination and counting the next best candidate continues until one person achieves more than 50% of the total votes, resulting in the candidate with the broadest appeal winning the election.
So that seems like a cool idea to me. So, of course, the RNC and the DNC will do everything in their power to stymie that as a national phenomenon. But Alaska actually has done this. Theirs was top 4 voting in the most recent election cycle. So, last show we were talking about Ben Sasse and how he's frustrated because basically the RNC has become MAGA and the Trumpist Party. There's no room currently for true conservatives. AOC is equally frustrated with the DNC, and she stated that in any other country, Joe Biden and she would not be in the same political party. So there's no room for the Green New Deal or these really true progressive ideas because they get shut down immediately at the national party level. Remember that the UK Parliament has 11 parties. So that allows some subtlety and some nuance, and it actually allows some working across party lines to get things done. It's not this binary winner-take-all, hate-based dynamic that we currently have. So I have my doubts as to whether this could move forward with any speed based on the way the current political landscape is lashed up. Again, power and money go hand in hand. And right now it'd be hard to disentangle the money from the two-party system. But certainly if things like what happened recently in Texas with the power getting shut down and the MAGA insurrection and all these sorts of things, we keep bumping up against the guardrails of democracy, as we've talked about on previous shows. If we keep doing that, then we really will have to take into consideration other options. And I think this sort of thing where you eliminate a two-party primary into a general top five primary is a great start. So it's worth considering. Okay, that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting. I look forward to talking to you again soon.